So I want to start with a question to you, Dr. Sharma. You mentioned the difference between efficacy of vaccines, which is based off the data we get in clinical trials, and effectiveness being about the effectiveness that we see outside of trials, in what we say in the real world, so after the phase 3 period. So a lot of people are looking at those numbers and comparing 94% versus 75% and trying to figure out which vaccine is best. Can you tell us if that's fair to do? And if so, how does someone decide which vaccine is best? Is that even a relevant question?
So, I mean, part of that discussion really does my heart proud, right? Because it means that people are engaged and they're looking at the science and they're actually having conversations about things like efficacy and effectiveness. And so part of that is, I think it's good because, you know, as you said, when we're talking about the regulatory review or what Health Canada does as on the regulatory side of things, it's just something that goes on in the background, right? And again, most people don't think about it when they take a medication or, you know, take a vaccine, you know, what's gotten to that place. And we're totally fine with that. There's no reason that you need to have a detailed, you know, knowledge of the regulatory process. But now that we're sort of shining a bit of a light on it, then we have to say, okay, for this data, what does it mean? And, you know, Dr. Richardson said, I think said it really well. We're saying that any vaccine that has gone through Health Canada review is a good vaccine and that the benefits outweigh the risks. We did not think at the beginning of this process that we would have all of those vaccines that would be 100% effective against what threatens us most in COVID-19, which is severe disease causing hospitalization and death. So for that part of it, they're all equally good and 100% good. So that's the first part. The second part is when we start looking, not only in the real world, but even in the clinical trials, people are saying, I want Pfizer, it's 92% good. I don't want AstraZeneca, it's only 66% good. And the reason that's complicated is because without a head-to-head trial, where you actually compare those vaccines directly, you can't compare them. It's like apples and oranges. Part of it was, you know, the Pfizer and Moderna trials went on last summer when the variants were not there, right? And we're also seeing that there might be some effect there. It's also used in different populations. The calculations are a little bit different. And what we're also seeing is that when it's starting to go out into the real world, unusually, we're actually seeing better effectiveness in some cases than we did in the clinical trials. So if we're really kind of trying to compare, even though I just told you you can't compare, it's more like Pfizer and Moderna are probably 90, 85-ish% effective overall at preventing any kind of COVID-19 disease that has symptoms. And you know, when you look at AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson in a lot of populations, they're around at that level as well. So really what I'm saying is that by the time a vaccine is offered to you, it's gone through that procurement process. It has gone through the, you know, we've got it into the country. We're distributing it to provinces and territories based on, you know, a lot of assessments as well. And then it's being offered based on the NACI recommendations and the provincial and territorial recommendations to you. So by the time it's offered to you, it's a really good option. So my, you know, advice is that the best vaccine for you is one that you can get and that is available.